And he was like, just be careful of the black magic, bro.
Yeah.
He says, it's always the Nigerians, and I don't mean that in a racist way. So what way do you mean it, brother?
Brother, I don't even know why traffic exists. Like, how does traffic happen? Do you know what I mean? Like, just drive.
Welcome back to Critical Banter. This is the podcast where we take the very best bits from all your favorite late night shows and package them into one single podcast. For this week's episode, we've got two TikTok favorite segments. Would You Rather, one of our personal favorites, as well as Change My Mind. We'll be giving you some of our opinions, controversial or otherwise, and we want you guys or each other to change our minds. But before that throughout the week, we got me and Miguel. We were promised a Kushagra, but sorry, fellas, he's not here, even if you're looking forward to that all week. But we have Senny.
Hello.
And we have Rohit.
G'day. Boys, this week, something of mine was stolen for the second time. And it wasn't my wallet. It was my identity. On Instagram, I wake up to a flurry of messages. They say, is this you? Is this you? And I'm like, I don't know what they're talking about. So I have a look, and I'm being sent this profile. So my account on Instagram is Robro1. The account
Your only account.
Only account. I only have one account, right? And you know what? Thank you very much to the TCB listeners who were concerned for my safety. DMing the page, DMing me personally, Victor, Matthew, mate. Thank you very much for looking out. But __ Robro1 __ is not me.
Shock.
It was not me. So I wake up and then I literally woke up to 15 people messaging me like, is this you, right? Because what happened is this guy made a fake account of me. And in the bio, he's like, my original account was hacked. This is my only account now, and like a crying and a heartbreak emoji, right? And then I have a look and I see, is any of my friends dumb enough to follow this account? Because if you look at my actual profile, it does not look hacked. I'm not posting stories about, buy crypto, here's my code, that sort of thing, right? And I have a look and I see, X person and 25 others have followed this account. That was in the morning. Then I check at lunchtime. This account's now up to 151 followers.
Oh, really?
Yeah, all of which were my friends that I don't know. And I lost followers on my personal account.
Because I thought you were hacked.
Yeah, people literally unfollowed me, right? So I'm waking up and I'm having a look and seeing what's happening, right? And my friend is DM'd this person because he's realized I'm not hacked, but he's like, I want to see what this guy's all about. So he follows __ Robro1 __ who, by the way, has changed his name twice. He went from Coach Alum and he's now some girl Priya something or other. So he's doing the rounds. Instagram, by the way, not blocking this guy's account. I got everyone to report him, and mate, he's on the loose. He's wild.
I think that the name change is what's...
Is that all that it takes? You just change your name and you just keep going?
Yeah.
Because this happened before where another friend has been hacked like this, and then I check a week later and I have a follow request from a week ago. It's from a completely different account. They know the meta.
Yeah, they know the tricks of the trade, right? So he's messaged Robro1 __ whatever, and he gets a message from him, and it's like, and to be fair, the first message that this guy sent seemed pretty legit. It seemed like something that I would have said.
He's got your vocabulary.
Kind of, but it's just
the typing style as well.
It's not a scammy message. Basically, he says, hey, have you been receiving this weird message? And then posts a screenshot, and it's an Instagram link, right?
This is from the scammer.
This is from the scammer, right? And the Instagram link in the screenshot itself, it says don't share it. Right? And then this guy and my friend's like, nah, I haven't seen it. And then the hacker, has been like, it's a hack link. It was sent to all my followers and we're reporting it now. So if you received it, copy and paste it and let me know. Right?
What?
Sus. But also not that sus.
No, very sus.
That's so sus.
Yeah.
What are you, Robo, gonna do with that link?
Exactly. But
why do you need the link? Instagram might need the link. You report it back to them. But what do you need with the link?
So then, yeah, and then my mate's like I said in the screenshot, he's got this link and it says do not share, and my mate's like, do not share it, LMAO. Then he's like, the scammer is like, don't click on the link, just copy and paste me the link. Let's see what it's all about.
He's trying to befriend you.
And then he's like, and my friend is like, it literally says in your screenshot not to share it. Then he sends out copy and paste me the link you got now. Then my friend's like, how did you know I got a link? And he's like, I just guessed. Right. Then my friend is like, bro, it's a bit late over there. And then this guy's like, what are you trying to say? And my mate says, he just sends a screenshot of Nigeria local time, 1:40 a.m. and says the phone number linked to your account is +234 area code. So he's done a bit of doxing himself. So I was doing some investigation, right? This is apparently a legit scam. So what happens now is like, let's say you do get the link and then you share it to me. What that link is a forgot password link to your account. So you send me that link, it's basically like if you click forget password, they verify your identity by sending it a text to you.
So he's gone on Instagram. Let's say your mate is, John Smith. He's tried to log in as John Smith.
Correct.
Said forget password.
Got the link.
That's how he knows the link has been sent.
Yep.
And he's trying to do some magic.
Then you send him the link.
Yeah.
And suddenly he's got the link to change your password.
He's probably changing your account to his email and all of that. Security questions, all his.
That's a pretty good little scam, I must say.
Yeah, man, not too shabby. Like they've really improved, right? So, and I assume off the back of that, because my friend has actually fallen victim to one of these.
Oh,
scams.
actually?
Yeah, and so he was telling me like they then message you and be like, haha, I've got your account.
And then you have to pay to get it back.
It's like some blackmail nonsense. But like, so luckily, I don't know if anyone fell for the scam. Like a lot of people followed the account and then like they were asking me like, is this me? I've sent this guy a link.
Yeah.
And I'm like, can you just change your password like immediately? Because I realized.
But I didn't understand that. Like, let's say you did get hacked. They're messaging the hacked account saying, is this you? What response are they expecting?
To be fair, some people message me on Facebook.
Which makes more sense.
That should be the go.
Yeah. But some people, were messaging it. And because, like, to be fair, I posted a story and I was like, I did not get hacked, Lamau. and to be fair, that story looks like I've been hacked.
It looked pretty
It
sus.
looked pretty sus. Like, the font and stuff was not like, it was a village font. I didn't think too much of it. So I didn't do too many
It
favors.
just seems a bit silly to message a potentially compromised account.
My favorite thing from this saga was a message you got from one of our mates from football.
Yeah? What was that?
And he was like, just be careful of the black magic, bro.
Yeah.
Don't know if I want to say the second part. But
You can say the second. We didn't say
he says, it's always the Nigerians, and I don't mean that in a racist way. So what way do you mean it, brother?
That's a pretty racist way that you meant it.
What other way can you take that?
Be careful of the black magic. It's always the Nigerians. But don't take it. It's not a racist. No, I don't mean to be racist here. I was like, all right, my friend. Just
Don't follow the account. Leave your racism at home.
I don't need to hear you. Yeah. Controversial views on Nigerians as well, please. But it was, to be honest, like, it was a bit of a hassle because, like, I don't know what I could have done. And it was just really annoying. Like, people messaging me, like, is this you? And I had to keep sending, like, nah, it's not me. And some people, like, almost falling for it. Like, I felt a bit bad, but, like, obviously,
Guilty.
what can I do? Yeah. Like,
Are you now relieved that now it's some chick?
Well,
You've been rebranded.
Well, the funniest thing is about this is when he was actually coach alum, he followed me. and my photos were still on the page.
That's brazen.
And so now I was messaging coach alum.
What did you say?
Actually, let me see if I can find the messages
It's outrageous from you.
to coach alum. Basically, he sent me the same message, right? He's like, have you been receiving the weird link? Blah, blah, blah. I was like, yeah, I'll let you know. And then he's like, copy and paste me the link you got now. And I was like, how did you know I got a link? And he was like, I was just asking if you've gotten it. Have you gotten the link now? I was like, yeah, I have it. He's like, I'll copy and paste it. I was like, all right, okay, one sec. I don't want to open the message just in case. I'll delete it. All good, bro. He's like, just copy and paste it for me so that I can help you get it reported immediately. And I was like, no stress, man. I'll delete it. Don't want to waste your time. Thanks for letting me know. And then he's like, I'm honest about this so that you won't get hacked FR, for real.
For real.
He's like, I really don't want to get hacked. If you receive any weird messages, just quickly copy and paste me the link.
Yeah, trust coach alum with your private details.
Your photos as well.
And I was like, bro, why are you being pushy today? Just relax, yeah?
Did he reply?
He replied, I'm honest about this, like, for real.
Did you try calling him? That's what I would have done.
You should be like, nice pics, bro.
No, I couldn't have done that. So he did this to our other friend, like our Oztag friend. And I'll read out the message that she sent to him. So he goes, blah, blah, blah. Have you got the link? And he's like, all good, got it. She's like, all good, got it. Oh yeah, can you pay me for dinner last time? Can you pay me ASAP? Then he's changed his strat. Then he's like, sends a photo being like, and on the photo, it's like a black screenshot with just words. And he gives it like a riddle. And so he's like, everyone is getting this wrong. An ex-policeman lost his house, his car, and his girlfriend. What did he lose first? The winner gets $500. And so...
It's a good riddle.
It's a good little riddle. So
Mano, what do you think the answer is?
I wasn't listening, but we can move on.
the answer is his job. So that's the answer to the riddle, right? So then my mate, Jess, she's like, she gets the riddle. She's like lost his job. And then this guy's like, Coach Alum is like, wow, congratulations. You just won 500 giveaways now.
Give
like,
me your...
No. He's like, now can you send me your pay ID? He's like, can you send me your account number or pay ID? And then Jess is like, can you beam me? Can you PayPal me or whatever? And then he's like, don't you have an account? And she's like, have it on hand. Why don't you just give it to me on Tuesday when I see you? And so the scam is now switched from like a forgot password link to like this pay ID cash app.
But I feel like that's a lower percentage. Who's actually going to fall for that one?
Well, I was looking at this. Apparently it's a Facebook marketplace scam these days. So it's like people will be like, I want to buy your table. And they'll be like, I'll send it to you on pay ID. And then so they basically send you a screenshot of them like sending you a pay ID link or like the $500 or whatever.
Yeah.
And then you haven't got it obviously. So you're like, oh, I haven't got it. And they'll be like, oh, okay. Can you see if it works? Send me $50 to verify it. And then if once it goes through, I'll send you back the...
Is that how that works?
Yeah. Some nonsense like that. But it's big on Facebook Marketplace. Pay ID scams.
Why do you think you were targeted? Out of everyone, Mano, has this ever happened to you?
I don't believe so. Touch
wood hasn't happened to me
table
either.
wood, touch wood.
I bet you private accounts or your public accounts?
Private.
Oh,
So yeah, I was a
why?
public account.
Oh yeah, because then I could just go to your account, take all your photos.
Yeah.
Put some underscores, say I'm hacked.
Create a Robo one right now if I wanted to.
So the thing I really regret is not putting my account on private immediately.
Yeah.
So
right.
like I waited a bit too long because I went to put my account on private, but because I have like the analytics nonsense, like I'm a
Influencer.
I have like an influencer account. I was like, they're like, can you turn off your to make it private, you have to turn off your influencer account and you lose all your stats. I really didn't want to do that. But then I saw his follow count go from like 500 to 1,000, which is basically my whole like following list. And I'm like, all right, I probably should. And as soon as I turned it private, that's when he changed to Coach Alum. So I realized I could have done it almost immediately.
And he would have pissed off straight away.
Yeah, he would have gone away. But alas, I got people messaging me from like primary school being like, bro, is this you? like first message ever they've sent me is this you? I'm like, oh.
Didn't know you cared so much.
Yeah, I didn't realize that, but I appreciate it nonetheless.
Righty boys, we're back with Would You Rathers for 2023. We've got a couple of good ones here. Would like to know what you think for some of these, some dicey ones I must say. We'll start us off with a nice easy one I feel. Would you rather live in Sydney or Melbourne?
This is an easy one for me. I'm choosing Sydney every day of the week.
That should be an easy one for all three of us, I feel.
Is it though?
I don't think that's maybe the most common opinion.
Sydney closed at 12 famously.
Famously, I must say.
Isn't that a factor to weigh into the decision making?
Still call it home though.
That is true. Home is where the heart is.
What does Melbourne have?
Australian Open right now, dare I suggest.
Do they have beaches?
They've got the F1. They've got good coffee, better coffee. They've got culture.
Culture is the big one.
The harbour butt. Do they have a bridge?
They got the dock.
Do they got an opera house?
No, but what they do have is a structured infrastructure system in grids and blocks, which means that you can find your way around.
That any
much
man
easier
or
than-
woman or whatever in this world can follow in a very simple pattern.
A grid like city is beautiful.
The weather.
Sydney's weather honestly is like, I'm not gonna lie, like Sydney's weather has gotten trashed. Like you said the other day, you were wearing a puffer jacket in January.
That is
in
true.
the middle of summer.
Yeah, but that's fine. But that's fine in terms of it'll be like that for a couple of days. In Melbourne, in one day, you'll get sunny, cloudy, rainy, windy, hot, cold in one day.
I don't have a problem with that.
So when you leave the house, you got to just have a fucking
Gotta be prepared for everything.
big boy like Kathmandu bag with an umbrella, fucking jacket, boardies. I don't know.
Because the rain will pass. So you just wait it out.
Just ride it out.
Yeah, it's okay. You don't need to bring the whole shebang. Sydney, it's like you want to do stuff, and it's like in summer you're expecting it to be hot. Nah, not today. Not
Dare I
this,
suggest
not this
that's
year.
global warming,
Not for the last 4 years.
climate change.
I don't believe in any of that. So
I do love Sydney, but everything is here.
Yeah, I'm going to say Sydney.
Sydney.
would you rather be on a packed platform in Town Hall on a summer day or stuck in peak hour traffic on the M2?
Oh, this is hard.
That first one, I have lived to recently, and my God, it was horrific. Town Hall Station is one of the main stations in the city, but there's just no air. How is there no air?
Bit of context, it's all underground. So it's like at least 20, 30 meters under the city itself.
And it is disgustingly busy because it's in like the middle of most business.
I think it's
places.
the second most busiest station in Sydney. So
it's so humid. It's so hot.
after work,
Even when
everyone's
there's
like,
no one there. Like,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
still hot.
exactly.
Like it is really bad. And if there's like a massive people there, like every single person you add, it's like an increase of a degree, probably.
everyone's like hot, sweaty,
And I,
sticky.
and I can imagine, after work, you want to get home. So you've briskly walked to the
Yeah,
station.
exactly.
It's not a cool walk. You're you're perspiring a bit. So is everyone else. So the heat is just increasing. Can't fucking breathe, man.
It's actually terrible. It actually is. But on the other hand, peak traffic on the M2.
I
You're
think
sitting there and it is just chock-a-block. Like you're moving.
You're going nowhere.
Like you're moving like a meter every 5 minutes.
And I think the worst part about that is the M2 costs like $10 these days.
Exactly, yeah.
So
So
you-
you're paying a
You're
toll.
pa- yeah.
You pay tolls on the motorway to get somewhere quicker. And lo and behold, traffic. How?
Oh, dude, I don't know. I hate traffic.
I think it's my biggest pet peeve,
Like,
sitting in
sorry,
traffic.
I know this is not a controversial opinion, but like I actually despise.
Yeah.
Like, if I see the road ahead of me and I see cars, I don't even know why traffic exists. Like, how does traffic happen? Do you know what I mean? Like, just drive. Like, can someone explain to me, right?
Who has stopped and just go?
Right on a motorway, the speed limit is 110. There are no lights, so how is there traffic?
Do you want the actual answer to that, or
No, I just want to. I want to. Yeah, fine. You want to tell me the actual answer?
obviously it's just accidents? Just someone's just, which is again dumb. How are you getting into an accident?
Okay,
You're all going in the same direction at the same speed.
so let's say there is an accident, right? The police, whatever, they cordon off. There's a bit of traffic.
They'll close a
there,
lane.
right? Okay, so what? They close a lane. Everyone's on one lane. Just go 110. Just send it down the highway, right? Like, where is
Every
where's
single
the problem?
civil engineer or anyone to do with roads. is
Anyone with a bit
fuming.
of logic.
No, okay, I understand why traffic happens, but I just can't fathom. Like, sometimes it's not an accident. It's just cars at different speeds. Like, if you
Because
go
there's not the
slow-
same amount of lanes the whole way. Sometimes you got
does,
to
yeah.
narrow in. Sometimes you expand. People got to exit, and when they exit, that's where the traffic is because there's lights.
Bit of road work.
whatever. All right.
Or maybe they're just out to inconvenience you. I don't know.
I'm just saying, all right, when people drive in traffic, like there's a good way, there's a smart way to go about it, and there's a dumb way to go about it, right?
My caveat here is, and it'll lead me to my answer. Stuck in peak hour traffic on the M2, you're still in your car.
Yep.
You're still in an air-conditioned car.
I have my personal space.
You have your personal space. You're a bit late. Town hall, pack station. I feel like I can't breathe. I'll be honest with you. It is fucking disgusting. I try and take the fucking... It's so crowded. Me taking my bag off is a fucking effort because everyone's around me. And then I have to fucking take my jacket off.
You got to fight to get into the train.
Like once I'm on the train, I'm fucking sweaty and touching everyone. And it's disgusting. So I will pick the peak hour traffic.
Is that what you're going with? as
I
well?
would probably also choose the peak hour traffic.
So I think I'm choosing town hall simply because, like, yes, you're uncomfortable. Yes, I understand you are in one of the most uncomfortable situations known to humankind, right? But it lasts like maybe 10 minutes. Like the
Not
train,
these days when there's train strikes every bloody...
Dude, exactly. What if your
second
train gets
week?
cancelled?
Mate,
You're
the
standing on that platform for another 20 minutes.
The train comes pretty frequently.
I
On that
will.
platform.
It took me about fucking an hour one time to get out of the city because, well, I went the wrong way. But that's beside. As in, I went from town hall to Central, which is one station,
Yeah.
and then for me to get from Central to at least North Sydney, it was already an hour. And a lot of that, I was waiting on town hall's fucking platform.
I'm just saying,
That was
like,
a traumatic experience.
on the M2, it takes us like maybe 40 minutes on the M2 to go to the city, something like that, right? With traffic, it takes like 2 hours. And yes, you are comfortable, right? But like, you're going to the city because you got places to be. And like,
Fair point.
you're getting stressed. Like, let's say, like, I don't know, you're going to work or something, or you got like
An exam, dare I suggest.
Exam, exactly. You're sitting there and you're like sitting in the traffic, and it's the feeling of like knowing you need to get there, but having just powerless.
You're powerless. That
And
is
then
awesome.
and you can't text. Like, how can you text? You can't be like, oh, I'm running late because you're in a car. Well, I don't do that. Some people might do that, right? But you can't let anyone know. So people just think you're 2 hours late, and that stress gets in my
That
mind.
is true.
Like,
That is
what-
true.
That causes me a lot of heartache. Like, anyways, but that's what I'm choosing. I'll choose the town hall.
Alrighty, fair enough. Next one. Would you rather eat Frangos for the rest of your life or Char-Grilled Charlies for the rest of your life? This is your only meal, breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
So we live on the one side of the line, of the chicken line.
Exactly.
We live on the
Can you
Frangos.
explain the chicken line to those
So
who don't know?
in Sydney, we have three main
Chicken shops.
four actually, but one's dying. We have four main chicken shops. First one is Frangos, as we said. Second one's Char-Grilled Charlie's. Third one is El Jana. And the fourth one is Red Rooster, but that's kind of in the mud.
Dying franchise.
But Red Rooster is why this theory was first created.
So it's known that some chicken places are more renowned to be on certain sides of Sydney, and it's common. It's a belief that the western side is a bit more of the not the how you go on side, not the rich side.
Which we don't subscribe to.
We don't subscribe to it. But the Char Grill Charlie's is meant to be the affluent chicken shop. And when you go on Google Maps and you point out all the Char Grill Charlies and all the Frangos and all the El Ginas, they seem to be all sectioned off.
So the Char Grill Charlies in affluent side of Sydney.
The eastern side of Sydney,
suburbs.
by the water, the harbour.
East of, let's say Strathfield or something.
Frangos, it is in the middle.
Yeah, it is actually in the middle.
It's
Middle and northwest.
northwest side of Sydney, which is where we live.
Yeah.
Right?
Then El Jana
El Jana.
is west, southwest, south.
And then one random one in Newtown.
And then Red Rooster, there's like 2 in Sydney. It doesn't matter. Like they're dying. So that's the context.
What's your answer then?
I went to Char Grill Charlie's the other day. I don't get it. I don't get it.
Thank you.
I don't get it. It's the same shit.
It's bland.
At least Frango's Portuguese chicken,
Exactly. It's a bit of culture.
Whereas Char Grill Charlie's, I feel it's as standard as like every other local chicken shop, every local like
Rotisserie,
rotisserie chicken. Could have gotten the same thing, to be honest. So I'll pick Frango's, even though famously, there's a time in uni where Seth and I would go there every week. We would get and back then it was big. It was like either a big chicken burger or like half a roast chicken and like, I don't know, half a kilo of chips or some shit on the side.
And they'd slab on the sauce as well.
Like
Sauce is good.
mayonnaise and chili sauce.
Back when it was cheaper and they didn't charge you for sauce. So it was a decent meal for like 12 or 13 bucks.
And every week, Seth and I would
put one away.
Oh, so you guys are living this, would you rather?
No, but famously, recently, I've been off Frango's because of the inflationary pressures that they face.
That's
now like double the price, half the serving.
That same meal is now what, 17, 18 bucks.
Sauce costs like $1, $2. They're skimping.
Still quality, but I will say.
It's decent. But I will go Frango's with this one.
I like Frango's. I would go Frango's, but just to give a counterpoint to Char Grill Charlie's, right? I actually think the sides in Char Grill Charlie's are pretty good. Like they got more variety.
Bro, they have a pad thai. Am I going to Char Grill Charlie's for a pad thai?
They have weird shit like that.
It's beautiful.
I got a shake there from the other day. It wasn't shaked. It wasn't shaken.
What
It
do
was
you mean?
milk. It was like
Stirred.
I had like there was like a blob of ice cream in the middle and like milk around it. Bro, they gave me a spoon.
Yeah, shake it yourself, mate. Let's not get.
Fuck off.
Was it a Sunday that you bought?
No, it was a shake, bro. My mate also got the same thing.
I'm going to choose Frango's, but Char Grill Charlie's isn't as bad as you say, I think.
All right, a bit of a niche one now, boys. Topical as well. Would you rather sleep with Dominic Perrottet and no one finds out? Or not sleep with Dominic Perrottet, but everyone thinks you do?
I mean, this is...
Bit of context. Big Dommy is the state premier of our state that we live in, New South Wales, or governor, I guess, equivalent for our US friends.
He's a fiend for the coitus. He's got about what? Like eight kids?
He's got 8 kids.
8 kids or some shit.
Man doesn't believe in the old rubber.
But like,
So he got married and just let loose. So imagine him doing that to you.
it'll be a last change my mind segment about the 8 kids later. But I mean, this is just a funny one, right? We're not actually supposed to answer this. Look at what?
No,
I would like to hear.
Go
He's
on.
been in the news last week because he was back when on his 21st birthday, he dressed up as a Nazi. And so now he's in a bit of trouble.
You know what? What I'll answer here. I would not sleep with him, but I want everyone to think that I did because he is a Christian conservative man.
Exactly.
And I don't like him for other reasons because he's a bit of a rogue politician. So I think him having the reputation that he slept with
A guy.
an ethnic male from the West, I reckon that would ruin his career. And you know what? Good riddance. So that's what I want.
I mean, I can't fault that. Yeah. Is Dominic Perrottet, is he popular in the circles? What's his...
I think he's charismatic. I feel
Not with people our age, I feel.
Oh, really?
Maybe with the older demographic.
he's beefing. Was it Clubs New South Wales?
That is true. He's
But
fighting the good fight.
Yeah, we're on board with that.
Trying to get rid of the pokies.
Yeah, but I feel like
something near and dear to your heart, right?
Your heart.
But I feel like his demographic loves the pokies. No.
That is true. That is true. So he's rubbing them the wrong way, but maybe it's just a ploy to get the young kids on board.
I'm on board now if he's getting
Really?
rid of the pokey. Yeah, if he's getting rid of the pokies, mate, that's a scourge on Australian society.
It's not wrong. You're not wrong.
So, I mean, I'll ruin his career, no doubt. But, he's got... It's not all black and white, you know?
All right, next one. Would you rather have unlimited opal travel for the rest of your life or have a house in Vaucluse?
This is the dumbest one ever. I'm taking a house in Vaucluse every day of the week.
Really?
What do you mean, really?
Think about it, right? Let's break it down. Let's do some mathematics.
All right,
Opal travel, right? How many times are you traveling a week?
Not even that much. I'm working from home 5 days a week. So I go
Let's say you go in office 5 days a week.
fine. Let's
From here in our area,
To and from, fine.
that you're paying
$7.
no $10 a
way.
day.
$10 a
yeah,
day.
So $15 a day times by 5.
15. Where do we get 15 from?
He said $7 each way, so that's
Yeah,
14.
Oh,
There or
fine,
thereabouts.
15. Fine. Times 5 is.
60 odd bucks, 60, 70 bucks a week.
Let's round it to 100 even if you
Yeah,
want.
I'll
100.
go to 1,000, dare I say.
100. Let's say we work 52 weeks a year. All right, 100 times 52, 6K. Let's say 6 times your working career. That's worth
30.
a fucking garage in Vaucluse, mate. I'm taking the house every single day of the week.
Like medium house. Look, I would live in a shack in Vaucluse, and
That's
that would
true.
still be worth like $7 million. So there's no.
Yeah, I think the
question
median
here.
house price there is legit like 20 million or something.
Exactly.
So the house is what I'm taking.
Fair
So what if I
enough.
pay a bit more?
That is a good answer from both of you. I like that. Next one. Would you rather send your kids to public or private school?
This
Big
is
one.
a tough. This is
This is
tough
a big one.
We famously all went to a public school.
Yes, but we went to a selective public school, which basically means
It's a grey area.
we did a test in year 5
Yeah,
and 6,
okay.
right? We got some marks, and they were like, all right, we'll get all the quotations smart people and just send them to the same school, right? They can learn and build it with each other.
Our listeners would question that part.
Well, yeah, in year 6 we were smart.
Yeah.
That's also quotations.
Yeah. So then they've done that. So we went to one of these schools where they basically just send a bunch of the smart kids.
They put the good teachers.
Segregation.
It is segregation, right? But it was a public school.
Yes. But I was going to say, before people attack us, we're still scum. We're still public school.
Still public school. Private schools, you're paying what? $10,000 a year.
Well, I read actually an article saying that one school, they've upped their thing to $45,000 a year for one kid if you want to send them to that school.
This is a top tier school.
It
Or
was,
is it
I mean, if you look at
average?
the rankings, no, but it's the upper echelon of the private schools, yes. That's
So-
50 G's.
50 G's, yeah, all right. So you get private schools with the rich parents, they send their kids there. Then you got the regular public schools who, you're just average, your blue collar workers,
Yeah.
whoever wants, you can send the kids there, get free education, beautiful.
I didn't pay school fees, I reckon, since year 4 or year 3. So,
What was in year 4 and year 3?
as in, just my parents were like, yeah, you don't need to pay. It's voluntary. You don't have
Is
to pay
it
school.
voluntary?
Well, according to my parents, it was.
I don't think it's voluntary.
They took that upon themselves.
Send his records out of high school still overdue. When he goes for a home loan, he's got, mate, you
Debt
got
collectors are coming for me.
But in saying that, private school kids will get more opportunities. Like my friends who went to private schools got to, travel the world at age like 13, 14 for, I don't know, like school camps and arts and sport and all that sort of
I think
gear.
the main draw of private school is the people that go to private
The
school.
networking is all
Exactly,
I hear.
you
The
know?
networking.
You go to private school, you're mates with CEO of Telstra's son.
Politician, son. You're rubbing shoulders with the 1%
Exactly.
in your ivory tower, you
Is
know?
it worth $45,000 a year?
Some people
for
say it
that running?
is, right?
Could be if you get into a career like that.
Because let's say your friends, as Marna said, you're friends with the CEO's son. Let's say you become the CEO one day. So then all that money you spent was worth it.
You don't have to apply like the rest of us. You just get in by
Exactly. You just
who you know.
You just send a few messages, and before you know, you got a job.
But is that worth 45 G's a year?
It probably is worth $45,000 a year, but the people that go to private schools, in my view, I know this is a broad generalization, but they can be
Pieces of shit.
Absolutely.
that. They're stuck up, they're privileged,
Out of touch.
So I went on exchange, story, right? I went on exchange with a private school kid. The rest of us were public school, right? And we didn't have that much money. Like we were students, uni students living in the Netherlands, right? So we're like, we stay in hostels because that's what we can afford, right? This guy looked down upon us for staying in hostels. He looks at us, he's like, hostels, like, is that it? So he sits there, he comes with us, right? And every moment of the day he complains. He's like, we're eating 5-star meals, we're just eating like street food, takeaway food, or food court food, and he's looking at us like we're scum. And that is why I'm sending my kids to public schools, because if they're good enough, they can thrive in that environment.
Oh,
they don't need the
Extra leg up.
Yeah, exactly. You work your way out from the ground up and you make something of yourself. You don't need this rubbing of the shoulders with the elites of society.
Fair enough.
Alrighty, next one, boys. Would you rather bounce off every surface you touch or never be able to jump again?
Fucking what?
There's a real change of pace right now.
Bounce off. So I'm bouncing. Like, that's my life.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm bouncing.
You're perpetually in
I'm sleeping.
Yeah, you'll be spending half your life in the air is what this is.
Like, when do we jump? Day to day? What
I'm not jumping that often.
requires me to jump, and can I forego it?
Like you're playing sport and you have to jump for. I mean, you're playing. If you're playing, striker, you're not getting the ball in the air. You're not
Fine.
target man.
Fine. Basketball, I'm not going for a layup, but I don't make those anyway, so it's no.
You have to jump to shoot as well. It's not just layups.
I'll forego basketball. Rather than what?
What about
I can play basketball. I'm bouncing all the time.
That's it. That could be a
Define bounce.
skill.
How high is a bounce? Because I'm thinking like fucking floor to roof.
No, it's not. It's not a you got to rock it up your ass. It's just a just a constant hop kind of.
It's like when you're like skipping rope type.
Yeah.
All right.
I see no benefit in being able to bounce, and I see lots of like the ways. I'm not jumping. I don't think I jump that much in my life.
So your sport, a lot of your sport will be. So let's say cricket, a ball's coming at you. You can't jump at it.
All right, that's fine. I'll just let it go for 4.
I feel like cricket's one of the worst sports to use for
It's
jumping.
an example.
Well, we already talked about basketball and soccer where there's a lot more jumping.
I can't skip. Oh, boo-hoo. Like, I can't use my skipping rope that I bought. Like, well, what else is there?
That's true. I don't know how often I jump
You're
on a
really
daily basis.
Jumping over a fence. Are you ever on the run?
Yeah, can you run? That means you
Seems
can't run.
racially motivated.
It's not racially motivated. It's a question out to the ether. You can run. Running is not
Running's
jumping.
fine. Running's fine. You just can't propel with both feet in the air.
Trampolines. I'm never going to...
Your trampoline cruise.
Yeah,
though.
bouncing castles.
When's the last time you went to flip out though?
That's true.
Exactly.
Been a while. Yeah, this is simple.
Concerts in a mosh, you can't, when or in a
yeah.
club when they drop the beat, you just gotta both your feet have to be firmly planted to
But
the
think
ground.
about the alternative.
You're a...
Otherwise, then you're bouncing.
No, think about you're outside waiting to get in the club,
They're
and
not
you're
letting you
just
in, bro.
fucking
They-
jumping.
They probably think you're on coke. If you're
Exactly. So
bouncing.
you're not getting in the first place.
All right, so you're about taking the never jump again.
Absolutely.
All right. This one's a thinker, boys. Would you rather only be able to eat food that begins with the letter B or with the letter P?
All right, throw me some foods.
All right.
Pizza.
Pizza,
Pasta.
pasta, pancakes,
All right, give me your B's. That sounds really good.
burgers, butter chicken,
Bulgogi beef.
but yeah,
Beef.
Beef, yeah, true.
yeah, exactly. Bratwurst, I don't know. Take your pick.
Craig.
How did you get that?
I don't get that, but what the fuck was that?
Sorry, niche
It's a very niche cricket reference.
West Indies cricket.
P. What else is P?
What
Because
else
pizza
is P?
pasta is what?
Pancakes,
Pancakes speaking out to me.
pecan, pie, pide,
Paella.
paella,
Oh man, I don't know.
But are we missing some B's? Let's go back to banana.
back to banana.
That's fine. I can get rid of bananas. Barbecue sauce. Is
Barbecue
what I'm-
sauce.
Oh shit!
That's throwing me in for a doozy. here.
Biscoff, biscuits,
Bread.
bread. Oh,
Sack that off. I don't need bread.
what?
Yeah, you have a sandwich.
I'm
Bun.
fine.
Bun me.
Banh mi.
Ooh, I had a banh mi. Actually, I had a pretty bad one, but banh mi is pretty good.
But back to the pea panna cotta.
It's fine. No,
That could
that's
go
nice
miss
to have.
maybe
Pea.
Dude, I don't know. I think
pretzels.
Pretzels.
no, that's fine. I think
Peanut.
B. I'm happy to get rid of the B foods.
What? I thought you'd go the other way.
I really like pizza,
Pasta. Staples.
pies. Yeah, I don't know.
Didn't like them enough to vote for them when you had Italy versus Japan. So
That's fine. I'm sacking off Italy.
There's no Japanese in the B, so not missing, are we?
Is there any like beef
Nah.
is a big miss.
beef
though,
is
man.
that's
what I'm
a
saying.
huge
Like,
one.
I'm
That is
losing a
true.
lot.
Actually, that is true.
Mine is already given up beef.
I'm
so-
living life without beef, so
How is the life without beef? Is
it's
it?
fine. It's perfectly fine.
So am I a bit?
What am I missing out on day to day?
Day to day, nothing. But it's the treats in life.
Like what?
Your ribs,
Steaks, yeah, no,
I never
steaks.
appreciated steaks to the extent where I would order it and eat it and enjoy it, but I'm not at the
You're
level
not
where I'm like,
salivating at
fuck,
the
I
thought of
need a
it,
steak.
yeah.
Actually, that's quick.
burgers though.
Burgers is a big miss. Quietly though, about steaks, right? Like, Sen, we went. Actually, no, me, you were there as well. So we went to a steak place. That's Stearson's restaurant, right?
Yeah.
And that was supposed to be like a really good steak.
Yeah.
It was
I don't
okay.
think I don't think it is. I don't think it is a top tier place, to be completely honest with you. I think it's just in a good
I
location
don't know
and
enough
it's a
about
steakhouse.
this, but I was going to say I don't think we know enough about steaks and making meats and whatnot to like fully enjoy or understand what.
Whenever anyone talks about steaks in Sydney or whatever, I've never heard of Stearson until we went.
That's true.
I don't think that place is meant to
I
be.
think the big one's like rock pool. Insert
Yeah.
other ones.
Maybe we should go there. But
Hog's breath.
What was that? 18th birthday. Manu's 18th birthday.
Oh,
Hog's breath
that's like
cafe.
on the day slapped.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you.
That's
was
true.
good. But like the Steersons, I thought was supposed to be a good steak.
Yeah.
I liked the steak. but
What were
I
you
was like-
expecting?
No, I don't know, because like we have steaks, like $20 steaks, really cheap steaks at like Jeans, right? When we
Yeah,
go
yeah,
to
yeah.
Eastwood.
Just name dropping a lot of places right now.
But those are pretty bad. Like they're a bit chewy, right? So I was like, I was excited to go to a fancy steak restaurant and have a good steak.
Yeah.
I didn't think anything of it. Then, we went to Melbourne and we had that Japanese Wagyu steak.
Oh, but
What's that?
that was amazing. But
That
that was
changed my life.
that was different.
No,
Though. I
how-
know
how-
you can compare that to like the steak at
How many
Steerson's.
smacks did that cost you though?
Hey.
'Cause I feel like in Steerson's we didn't get the top
We got
tier.
a $70 cut, maybe like a bit more than that. Was it 100?
I can't remember. I honestly
I got a beef Wellington that day.
Yeah, you didn't get the steak, but it was pricey, right?
that looked good, but
It was good. I watched Gordon Ramsay how to make a beef Wellington the other night, and
Oh, that
I wanted
was- yeah.
I wanted to get one on the day.
that was
You're
good.
gonna make-
Fair enough.
Right, yeah. But anyways, like that steak that I had, that beef in the Japanese restaurant, and even at Fire Door,
Yeah.
another name drop.
Beautiful.
You had that steak there as well.
It was good, but
That was unbelievable.
Unbelievable. Yeah.
So I think I like steak, but I only like
the
really
top upper
top-tier
echelon.
steak.
Yeah. Which there's nothing wrong with that.
No, but so back to the question: are you willing to give
Oh,
that
yeah.
once in a blue moon treat?
Well, yeah,
over
surely.
a pizza, pasta,
Yeah.
pancake.
Okay, in the last year, how many steaks have you had?
More than the year before. I'll say that.
Thanks, mate.
Every year I will be having more steaks, I think. Another
so-
restaurant, Bistecca. Really want to go there. Does anyone want to come with me? Apparently their steak is the best thing in the
Well,
world.
if it starts with B, you're not allowed to go.
No, that's
Even the restaurant, you can't even go, bro.
No, obviously. No, I've never heard of it. What is it?
It's apparently a really good steak. But
Okay.
that's what I'm saying. Beef, I think I
Yeah,
can't
Marnie,
get
you want
rid
to
of
go?
it. So
They do chicken. I will give up B.
Yeah, I think I'm with you on that one, Marnie.
Pizza, pasta is staples, so I would like to keep them in my life.
Yeah, all right. I'll agree.
Righty, boys. Last one to take us home. Would you rather constantly be too hot or never quite dry?
Two very, very yucky feelings.
Yep. Very uncomfortable, both of them.
Too hot.
You were just complaining about being too hot.
Getting too hot right now. This
Yeah,
podcasting
true.
room
It
is
is
very hot.
all
in
these
here.
studio lights we have. It's heating up. Do I like that feeling? Not particularly.
But I hate that feeling of when you're a
damp.
bit damp.
Out of the shower type vibe. you know?
Yeah,
You're not
yeah,
quite dry yet, but you're not soaking wet.
I love that feeling.
What?
Yeah, like I don't even towel off properly.
Yeah.
Why do I have a picture on my head whenever we go on like a road trip with
Yeah,
Ron or
you-
something? His
I always-
shirts are always wet when he comes out of the shower.
Hair still wet.
Because sometimes I just don't bring a towel, right? And so
No, but we have a towel in these locations.
no, I'll use the towel, but like I don't bother fully drying off, man. I like the feeling of being a bit wet. It's
I hate
cool
it.
on the
No,
touch.
I hate it. It's
This guy is
so
something.
It's a great sensation.
It's a yucky feeling.
I don't like for example, if my back is a bit wet. Oh no, I don't like that.
But don't like
10
moisture.
seconds to
No.
dry. It doesn't take that long.
Sitting down or something, yuck, man.
But that's surely better than too hot. Like too hot, sweat, sticky.
No, I had this the other day where I sat for too long and I got up and my ass cheeks and everything was just drenched in sweat.
But then again, as Rose said, wouldn't that happen because you're too hot and you're sweaty?
That's not.
But I'm
dry.
also not dry as well.
I mean,
So
yeah,
one leads to the other,
there's
really.
a bit of overlap.
There is.
But that's too hot. That's not.
I'd rather be too hot.
What?
Just get the aircon on, brother, or a fan.
I love that feeling though.
That's a great
You know,
feeling.
it's a 35-degree day. You get in the
just-
car, you crank it up. The lowest setting you have is crank it on your face.
put on the highest push power and you put on the lowest temperature, mate.
I love
that's
the
living.
contrast of temperatures.
Yeah, you were complaining it was too cold in my car the other day, man. It was beautiful in there.
No, that was freezing. It was being on like 19 degrees.
In winter, send his extremes. In winter, his car is steaming, bro. It's absolutely. I can't fucking breathe. It's
I'm
like
a man
town
of
hall.
extremes.
I like that as well, though.
In summer, I have it on 16.
Yeah.
In winter, I have it on 30.
Yeah, 30s.
I always like having it on the opposite.
Nah, yeah. This you guys can argue this all day.
You feel too hot, you jump in a pool. That's a fantastic feeling.
Yeah, but you dry off. Imagine the feeling of getting. I don't know. There's no real equivalent to the second one.
No.
But you like the feeling of what it feels like after.
You like
during.
the feeling of. Yeah. That is true. That's two different things.
That is true. The apples to oranges.
But I'm still taking.
I will go too hot.
Yeah, I'm taking too hot as well.
Wait, seriously?
Yeah.
You don't like the feeling of being.
I'd rather this feeling right now, what I'm feeling, than being damp.
Wow.
your clothes are a bit damp all the time.
Yeah.
That is a yuck feeling,
Do you
man.
like, I think you remember when I drink water, I like to pour it all down.
Yeah,
my
you're a
shirt?
sicko.
I don't mind the
I
way.
wanted to paint your character. You're a sicko.
That's not that bad. Can someone reach out and let me know if you do the same thing, right? When you drink water on a hot summer's day, you don't let the water go into your mouth completely. You let it dribble down the chin, getting your shirt wet a little bit. And,
Not a little bit.
and you feel cool afterwards. I don't know. It's a nice feeling.
It's not essential as you just described. It's a lot more
Yeah.
chaotic. Got a new segment for you guys this week. Change my mind. It's as simple as it sounds. We're going to say something rogue. I'm going to say change my mind.
And it makes it all okay. Yeah. It's all okay if you just had to change my mind afterwards.
I just want to maybe reveal a conversation me and Ro had outside before. And Ro's like, how controversial are your opinions for this? And I was just thinking, shit, what's Ro going to say?
No, I just want to know. I didn't know what the standard was, whether it's, like I said, barbecue sauce is the best condiment, change my mind, or whether it's...
Which is completely nice as well.
insert
Death
hate
to all.
speech. Change my
Infidels.
mind. Yeah.
Anyway, my response to the Ro was, I like my job right now, so I'm going to keep it, on the borderline. First one from me, boys. Nice and local, and we've kind of dabbled on this before already in this episode. Changed my mind. Western Sydney is much better than Eastern Sydney.
In what regards?
In all regards. Ways of life, the people, the culture, the food. The only thing Eastern Sydney has is the beaches.
The house prices.
Yeah, but what are you paying for there?
Proximity to like better amenities,
Such as?
like the city.
How often do you go
Work.
to the city? Ro, you just said you work 5 days at home.
I'm just saying, like if I lived in Western Sydney, which I do, it takes me like an hour to get in. Whereas if I was on the eastern suburbs, it's a 10, 15 minute ride in. Plus half your reason, I'm not saying I disagree with this, by the way. I'm not trying to change your mind, but I'm just saying half the reason you said you'd rather live in Sydney than Melbourne was the beaches. You didn't say
I was
because
just
of the
one.
halal snapback.
You didn't say
Because of
Westfield
the 5 stars.
Parramatta.
Yeah, you said because of the 5-star kebabs. You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's so racist.
is that racist?
I think it low key is.
No, it's fine. It's
You've
fine.
gone Western Sydney, therefore must be Arab people.
You didn't say you didn't say the culture. You said the beaches.
That's what I.
That's because
was
Melbourne
alluding
has
to.
equal amount of culture. That's why.
Differential factor.
Differential factor is the beaches. But if we're talking about Sydney alone, I still think it's more affordable to live in Western Sydney.
I'm just gonna get flamed, but I'm just gonna state some facts.
All right, go. I want to hear your I want you to try and change my mind.
Here's just facts, right? Western Sydney is more unsafe than Eastern Sydney. Is it
Based
not?
on what?
Crime statistics?
I think it's negligible though.
Is that true?
I don't have I'm not the ABS, so don't come to me about that.
I like how you looked at mine
Well,
as if you would have that just readily available. Well, actually, per capita.
Well, have a discussion.
No, look, I'm sure you're right.
Yeah.
I'm
Do
sure
you
you're
want to
right.
look it up? I'll have a discussion.
Okay.
I'll look it up while you have a discussion.
What I'll say is if you get everyone in Sydney, right, let's strip them of all their assets.
Yeah.
They're just regular people, right?
Regular Joes.
They can choose where they live,
Yep.
right? If you look at it, people from Western Sydney would say, I would like to live out east.
I don't think
I'd
they
want to
would,
move
bro.
out
I
east.
don't think they
You have to
would.
remove all the factors of families there, cultures there, whatever. It's just what they like. If they could move with their family, for example, I think more people are moving from west to east than east to west. I think
Oh,
you'll-
yeah, absolutely. I
I
agree
think
with
you'll
that.
find like no one that wants to go east to west.
No, yeah, again, I agree with that. If
Does
you're
that
born
not-
in that kind of affluent area,
Does that not speak to? Again, I don't disagree. I agree with the statement, but it's a hard sell.
I agree. And here's Ro with the crime numbers for 2022.
All right, ABS, here we go.
So suburbs that have the highest number of automobile thefts.
Sometimes a brother just needs a car, right?
Bankstown, Blacktown, Liverpool, Auburn, Penrith. Suburbs having the highest number of
Correlation does
burglaries.
not mean causation.
Blacktown, Liverpool, Parramatta, Strathfield, Westmead.
Strathfield, see, there you go.
One out of the 10 that I named. The following are the most vandalized suburbs: Blacktown, Sydney, makes sense, Penrith,
Oh, so Sydney, it makes sense, but otherwise it's Blacktown, Bankstown.
Parramatta, Campbelltown, right? 10 most dangerous suburbs in Sydney. Blacktown
Based
is
on
number
what
one.
metric, though?
I don't know, Doonside is also up there. But like Batty said, right? I live in Western Sydney. I love Western Sydney.
Yeah.
But objectively, it's not as clear cut, right? I like the food. Like, I think the prices are better in Western Sydney. I think the people are generally better in Western Sydney.
People are better. People are way
I'll
better.
say anecdotally, I went to Rose Bay a few months ago. Mate, I was getting people look at me with like, you know, they were like trying to wait for me to, you know, get out of this part of town. I was the only brown man in a gentleman's 30-kilometer radius.
I like the diversity in Western Sydney. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
But like, you have to define why it's better. Like, it is better in some degrees, some ways, and not so good in other ways, as the crime statistics clearly state.
Oh, look, I think
Everywhere there'll be a bad egg.
Fair enough. Yeah, that's true. Look, but in saying that, I'm not going to change your mind. Objectively, I mean, I prefer Western Sydney.
Absolutely.
Eastern Sydney, yeah, it's a bit too top end of town for me.
we don't fit in there.
Once we get paid a bit more, then maybe I will change my mind on that one.
As we get into higher tax brackets.
That's exactly right. All right, change my mind. All influencer parents are exploiting their children. You get those, like, you know, who's that kid that opens presents for a living? What's his name?
Ryan's toys.
Ryan's toys. Mummy's in the back, like, making him work, like, absolutely, 60-hour work weeks probably. And he's what, like 6 years old or something?
I'll play ball on this one. See, for Ryan, right? That's not work for him. The kid's just playing with toys. He's giving his opinion. He's playing.
Is he
fun.
Is he editing the videos?
He's not editing
planning
the videos. He's not, you know, a part of their rev share splits or the commercial deals.
Is he talking to, you know, the business partners
No,
at Hasbro?
exactly.
No, he's not.
So you're saying Ryan one day, right? You're saying Ryan tells his mum, I don't want to record a video today. You're not thinking, mum's not thinking of the, you know, YouTube.
No, absolutely not. He's getting beat with a belt.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, facts.
Ryan
100%. Yeah.
Ryan is going to record a strict schedule. He probably doesn't go to school. He probably just records videos his whole life.
Good. Ryan probably has his whole future sorted out for him anyway.
Yeah, that's what Andrew Tate told the women.
Jesus
I'm gonna steer clear of that one.
Dude, he's got his college tuition already paid for. He's, you know, if
He doesn't
if
need
Ryan
to go to
wants
college, man. He's got millions.
if Ryan wants to continue living in that massive
no
Beverly
choice.
Hills mansion, he better fucking get out there
Mate,
and
this
play
guy-
with the bloody toys.
I understand, but that's exploited. Yes, he has a good life, but exploitation
I don't think
is
it's
there nonetheless.
I think exploitation is a harsh word to use.
What is it then?
No, but we are using Ryan, a very extreme example of success.
Yeah.
What is so about moderate success?
Yeah, let's use like,
Has 10K followers, gets a brand deal every now and again. They're not living in a mansion. They're not living this life. But
then-
I'm sure the parents still like, fucking Ted, you better fucking be in my video today.
Yeah, put on
you
a
better,
suit.
you better tell me how lunch was at school today so I can make content.
Thing is, right, as a parent, your number one job is to give your kids the best future, you know, whether it be monetarily or socially or whatever. Isn't this just part of that journey?
No, because the kid is actually giving himself the best future. The mum is just there.
Yeah, but
videoing-
without the parents, they've got nothing. That kid's got nothing.
Yeah, but the Sen, like, give the kid the future without using them as content. Like, there's literally no consent. This kid is literally, his whole life is being plastered on the internet forever. And he probably can't grow up in a normal childhood.
That's true. Him having maybe a traumatic experience about, you know, not getting the birthday party he wanted, for example. That's all on the internet.
Yeah, he's
for
bedwetting.
everyone to see.
You know, Jason bedwets. And mum's making a... You know,
And then us three are behind the fucking screen just laughing, you know,
Laughing
enjoying the
in his face.
content.
Yeah, but how is this any different to the kind of psychological trauma our parents put us through? You know what I mean?
No, but that's a private conversation between me, my parents, and the belt. It's not for millions of people in fucking, I don't know, Europe. They know about my childhood. No one knows.
I don't know. That's just one man's view.
All right, in my one, changed my mind. No one actually likes beers. I went to a fine establishment called Brewdog the other day. They have all kinds of beers, about 40 beers on tap, right?
Yeah.
And I was looking around the table, and me personally, I'm of like, there's like certain days where I want to taste a beer.
Yeah.
But after I even finish one, I'm like, I would prefer so many other beverages to this. I was looking around the table, you know, everyone's like, oh, do you want to get a beer, whatever. And I could just see in everyone's face, as soon as they got that beer, they're like, not really enjoying it. And then obviously it's a tab, it was a work dinner, it was on the company card, whatever. As soon as that one beer was like, everyone was like, what cocktails are there? What like other drinks are there?
Yeah, right.
What soft drinks are there? No one was aiming to get a beer. And then everyone's like, oh, this beer tastes good, this beer tastes good. They all taste the same.
Sen.
Unsophisticated, Manu. I've actually had this conversation with someone recently. We ranked the beers, the kind of beers you can have. And, you know, the types, you know, the first beer after a long cricket game, you know, a day out in the field, you know, the first beer at the Christmas party. Number one was the beer on a Friday afternoon after work is the number one goat beer.
My argument there is, can you not substitute that beer for another drink?
No.
That'll make it even a more enjoyable experience.
You move on to the other stuff later on in the night or venture, but you start off with that crisp lager touching your lips at 4:30.
Is this because you've also been conditioned to like a beer?
Yeah, it's interesting you say that.
Out of high school, men drink beer. That's the narrative. Beer is the choice to drink. But I'm telling you, if that narrative wasn't around, you'd have sat there Friday afternoon after work with a fucking, I don't know, Smirnoff Ice.
Maybe
a vodka cruiser. It's the narrative in your head.
It might be the Australian culture of beers as well, but I
think that definitely plays a part into it, but I think beers still taste good.
They taste good.
But I will say, I had to force myself. I did.
That's what I mean, though.
But I'm saying, I don't know. You started drinking at 18. I had my first beer. I was a cider guy because I didn't like beer. But then you have beer after beer after beer.
And then
you force it down your palate until your palate rejects everything else.
I'll give you this. I'll give you. No one likes beers when they first start drinking.
Yeah. I'll
give you that. But I didn't like wine when I first started drinking, and I don't mind wine now. It tastes pretty nice.
You grow into it, and I'll say that's because our first beer experience is probably like VB or Tui's New or
Corona
some
nonsense.
disgusting shit like that.
I'm trying to think of a food to liken to. I didn't
Vegetables, maybe.
Vegemite.
Yeah, I still don't like vegetables.
Yeah, okay.
Like vegetables. For example, I wasn't a massive fan of cauliflower, but I grew into the I do like cauliflower now.
But it's also how you either cook it or consume it, I guess, and the different kinds. With beers, I still don't like pale ales that much, but lagers, mate, I'll happily drink them until the cows come home. So I guess it just depends on what your.
Are you saying no beer?
Yeah, just a blanket.
Absolutely.
No one enjoys beer.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say put this on the record. Cocktails are way tastier than beers.
That's not controversial at all.
But not to say beers aren't good.
No, you can have a crisp, tasty beer, dude.
My point of saying no is that there are so many alternatives in any situation that would be better than a beer. Why people go for beers is the narrative in society.
I agree beers are situational.
The social pressure.
If I'm on a night out, at a club and it's 11 or 12, I'm not asking the brother for
I swear to God we were on a night out and he had a fucking scooter on the dance floor.
Yeah, I think you did.
That's actually
No, that was just funny to see.
But when it's you're going on a night and it's your first drink of the night, or it's a nice summer's day and you're just you hit the pub, the first one.
Why can't the first drink be a G&T?
We're not saying double shot. We're not saying loaded with the alcohols.
It's just a nice way to just it tells the mind, all right, let's go. It's the
I'm not hearing any tangibles here.
Yeah, it does seem. Yeah, you're right. I can't tell you at this moment. It's actually shook me. You've changed my mind. I cannot tell you why I don't start off with a mixer.
It's true. That is true.
Why don't I do that? I like it just as much.
It's because the spirits are the strong one and you don't want to start strong. But
that's not even true though, because a beer is usually 1.2, 1.3 standards, where a mixer is literally one standard.
But I think the difference is the amount of liquid you're drinking. A beer, you're not going to, a mixer, you could probably drink in 5, 10 minutes, 15. A beer, you can probably drink. You sit in it, you nurse it for a bit.
No, I mean, I disagree with your initial premise that beers don't taste good, but it's given me something to think about.
Food for thought. Beautiful. That's all I want.
Change my mind. Being a coffee snob is okay.
Disagree. Why?
I think much like your beer thing, coffee is very much, if you like it, you like it. And you can tell the difference between a good coffee and a bad coffee. And so I'm very...
Don't be a snob. I think being a snob full stop is...
Define snob.
So if I know people who personally do this. If someone told me...
He knows people.
Disclaimers, yeah.
No. Listen to what I say first. And then... Because I know people who say, I really like 7-Eleven coffee.
Sure.
And I'll immediately just be like, the fuck is wrong with you? Have some respect for your taste buds. Or if someone says they get McCafe coffee.
Right.
Similar reaction. That's not coffee, bro. That's toilet water.
Oh, we're saying that's okay if you can disrespect the people who like...
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm a snob that I look down at people who drink that kind of coffee.
So I'll give you a tale. No, it's not really a tale. At the workplace, people go for coffees, right? 10 a.m. They're let's go for a coffee. I normally come along. I don't get a coffee because there is a coffee machine in the kitchen. But it's just one of those, you press a button and it dispenses all of it. And I'm like, you know what? Pressing that button, $0. Coffee from the cafe that says $4 or $5. I'm getting 1 or 2 a day. Save me
but how much
$10.
is your self-respect worth?
I drink long black, so I don't really care. It's
Oh, that's the most, dude. Then you taste if it's shit beans and shit.
it's all shit. It's a uniform taste of just coffee.
But then how
beans.
is like people like the wine connoisseurs? How come no one has a go at them?
No, people do have a go at them. People say $10 wine's as good as like $50, $100 wine.
You know, what do they call the sommeliers? How come no one has a go at them?
They're official. You have to do a course. You have to get an accreditation to be a sommelier.
I feel like if you're passionate about something and you really like something, I feel like just let it be. Let people be.
No, let people be, but you're not letting people be. That's the
That's
problem.
because I'm trying to help you.
You force the beliefs down the throats.
I've seen this thing on TikTok. I don't know why I'm on Coffee Talk, but there's people that buy so much fucking apparatus to make it home.
I love watching those videos.
You guys understand the general premise of how to make a coffee, right?
Yeah.
But they full like weigh their beans to the milligram. They hand grind it, and then they have
They
like
have a special thing that
it has like
divvies up
little, they have like
then a
three.
filter.
They have like 3 different things to make sure the fucking coffee's
Oh, yeah, they
flat.
get the stamp thing. You just push it down. It's nice and flat, and then they put the filter on top. Oh,
and then they put a filter on top for some reason.
Yeah, they have like
Double
two
filtered,
filters,
baby.
double filtered. And then you see the beautiful coffee dripping. The
crema.
I have no problem. I actually have no problem with that. I think I have a problem with like people being like, for example, like if you're really into coffee, be into coffee. Like it's a bit rich to be like, you drink 7-Eleven coffee, where I'm here, you're here kind of thing. Like that's a bit
Kind of
much.
is, but though.
I respect it.
I don't know,
it's
man.
For
Like-
it's for the working man, Sen. It's
No, it's not even that. Like you can enjoy your coffee in your own time, but like when you're going out to coffee and you start saying the words, "I don't like this coffee shop. Let's go to a different one."
That I was about to raise that. There's
bit
one
much.
specific one I like because they use the Campos beans and
Right.
apparently so Campos, this company, they make the coffee beans, and what they do is if they sell it to a cafe, they actually force the cafe to send their baristas over and they give them a personalized training on how to make their coffee.
It's good.
That's why I've never had a bad coffee from there because they make it with love. You know what I mean? It's not
I'm
like.
saying you in your own spare time can buy all the Breville machines.
But I want to take you on that journey with me so you can also
Don't
have
spit in my
a.
face.
But I'm saying no, Sen. I'm saying no. And I think it's okay to
But
say
then I
no.
don't think you should drink coffee at all. You don't deserve to drink coffee. Drink your
I
V
don't
and
know.
your Red Bull.
So you're basically gatekeeping coffee.
Kind of. But it's out of a love for you. I'm trying to open your eyes
If
here.
he's saying, like, can you take
This is how the Christians convert people, Sen. They're trying to save your soul. So
I am
become a
trying to
Christian.
save you.
Can you taste the difference?
No,
between
well, I
Sen's
ca-
Campos
I
coffee
personally-
and your machine button coffee.
I personally can't really. I don't know if that's because of me or because the coffee's the same, but I don't taste enough of a difference to be like, I can't drink this office one. I bought a coffee at work the other day. I was fuming with myself because I'm like, it just tastes the same. I could just get it from the fucking machine in the office.
I'm not a coffee guy, so like I don't know, but I think looking down on people for that,
That's where the line has to be
that's where I
drawn.
draw the line. Changed my mind. Pepsi should have given the guy his jet.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Neither do I.
Are you serious?
I was hoping you would fill
Nah.
me in.
It was just funny without context.
Well, okay, I'm not going to explain this now. We can move on. But basically, like, there's like a Netflix show.
He's explaining.
No, I want to hear this
Give you the
now. I want to
context,
hear
right?
this now.
But basically, like, okay, in the 80s or something, in the 70s, 80s, 90s, in a previous era, right? Pepsi had an ad where basically if you bought Pepsi cans, you get like points, and then you could basically use those points to buy stuff from the Pepsi shop.
Yeah.
Right. So if you got 100 points, you can buy a jacket. You get 1,000 points, you can buy like sunglasses, whatever. Right.
Right, okay. That's pretty cool.
But then Pepsi on the ad said for 1,000,000 points, you can buy a jet, like a Harrier jet.
right,
And so this guy basically went to like some VCs and was like, a Harrier jet's worth $32 million.
Yeah.
You don't have to buy Pepsis. You can just buy points. And for $750,000, we can own a Harrier jet. And so he got the $750,000 from these VCs and then went to Pepsi and was like, give me the jet. And they were like, oh, it's a joke. You don't actually get a jet. And they fought that in court and the guy, he lost. And so I think they should have given...
Did they specify like in the fine print that was a joke?
Print, no fine print. But I think he lost on the grounds as if...
Like they were obviously exaggerating. Is it that kind of thing?
yeah, like that kind of gear. Like students can't own a jet. So...
I'm with you. I reckon they should have given
gotten
it
the
to
jet.
him. That would have been good marketing for them, actually.
Yeah, but he did. And so they offered him $1 million settlement. This idiot turned it down.
What?
And then he wanted the jet or the...
Okay, now this guy's an idiot now.
Yeah. Well, it is what it is. That's the context. Sorry you didn't understand it. Let's move on.
Changed my mind. King's birthday should be on a different day to Queen's birthday. So I saw a list of public holidays this year.
Is it not?
It's not. I saw a list of public holidays this year.
It's the same.
King's birthday is on the same day. Just out of respect of the king is different to the queen, should be a different day. What day it is, don't give a lick. But different day.
I like the premise of this, and I agree. Except the Queen's birthday public holiday we get is actually nowhere near the actual Queen's
I know it's
birthday.
not actually on the birthday. I
So by
don't
that
care.
logic, why would we need to change it for the King then?
So whose birthday is it? Like, why is that day the day? Is it like the first ever Queen?
I
must
couldn't
be,
tell
right?
you.
They just never
I
changed the
honestly
day.
couldn't tell you.
Let's say it's that. Then the first king surely is born on a different day. Then it should be on that day.
I'm
That's
on your
all I'm
side.
saying.
Yeah, I'm on your
The,
side.
the holidays on my birthday, I still want to change. You know, out of principle.
Yeah,
Change my mind.
What's his name? Charles? Is it Charles? Is he the king?
I think so.
Yeah, give him a day, man. He's got his.
Well, but he's not going to be around for
he
much
can have
longer
a day,
anyway.
just,
So
just a different day. I just want a different day.
when do you want? So when is the Queen?
Any-
Remind me.
any other day.
Remind me. When is the current Queen's birthday?
June 12th.
But then we don't have a public holiday for a while. You know,
It's
after
strategically
that, so-
placed is what you're telling me.
I
Well, at
like
least
it, yeah.
selfishly, I would like it to stay there. So then I have something to look forward to in May. When I'm battling away in the trenches in May 13th, you know, I have something to look forward to a month
Yeah.
away.
I've got a couple days. Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough.
Change my mind. Australia Day should be changed from January 26th.
Absolutely.
I think this episode comes out on January 26th or 25th even. So it's
Topical.
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 I think so. I agree with that. When would you change it to, Ro?
Any other day
Okay.
that doesn't, implicate
Coincide with
the genocide and the mass murder and rape and pillaging of the indigenous
And
people. No,
I think you're probably leaving off a few things off that list as
Oh,
well in
plenty of
terms of
things
the
I'm missing.
atrocities that happen.
just to name a few.
Just to name a few. I did see a Batuta article last year that came out on the 26th of January, and it was just a simple, most countries don't celebrate the day they got invaded. Simple but effective, you know? That is true.
Keep it simple, stupid.
A lot of people say it should be called Invasion Day because it is the day the British landed.
it can be called invasion. Just don't.
But just let's not
have a
celebrate
holiday.
it.
Let's not have a holiday then, mate. I understand. I agree with the premise of Australia Day. Like, let's celebrate all Australians, but in doing so on the 26th of January, we are excluding.
So you're saying there
Australians.
should be no... So 26 wouldn't be a public holiday anymore?
Nah,
There'd be nothing.
nah.
But would it be an Invasion Day, like a morning day kind of thing?
There are suggestions. It can still be, but the tone of the day has to change. It's not a celebration.
Yeah, but like if you give people a day off, they're going to celebrate.
They're gonna
You know what I
celebrate.
mean? Like you can call it a morning day all you want, but if I'm getting a free day,
Shaz
on
and
that
Baz are
day-
still going down to Bondi Beach
Yeah,
for the
they're gonna
barbecue.
Bali, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? So like, let's mourn on the 26th, but on the 27th. No, that's obviously a
That's
bit
too on the
close,
nose.
but like, yeah, I don't know. Like whatever. When are we missing a public day? You know, let's say we move the King's birthday. Suddenly June 12th 's a spot that we can find.
yeah.
June,
Exactly.
January 26th, King's birthday. June 12th, Australia Day.
So well, then what is Australia then? Like what is the celebration of Australia Day?
Of all Australians, why are we? If we do it on the 26th, like we are celebrating
Well,
white Australians.
Yeah, we're marginalising.
Specifically, we are celebrating a subsect of Australia.
Correct.
And excluding another. So I'm just saying.
I've seen 1st of Jan being floated because that was the day of Federation in 1900 or 1901 or whatever.
It's-
No, I already got a day there.
Yeah, exactly. We already got New Year's Day, so
Yeah, we got
But
a
then what
day
if we
there.
got 2nd of Jan? So then now it's you're pushing out the bender to now a 3-day bender.
The first full day of the Federation.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, yeah.
You know, I'm liking that. I'm liking
taking
that.
literally any other day. Like I don't even care if you do a random number generator and pick a day. Like, does it need to be like I don't know. I don't know how public holidays work. Obviously, there's probably some sort of like
Legislation.
significance. No, so like Federation Day makes sense.
Yeah.
But like, can't you just do it on like anything? Like, is it a big process to change? Why are people so against it? All the things I've seen against it, right? On the TikToks that I've seen, they're just like, it's always been that way. So why change?
Always was.
fair
always
enough.
Will be.
Jesus Christ.
No, because people are literally like, oh, like one of the guys that we literally just watched this video like a minute ago. One of the guys was just like, people will just be confused. Like,
Well, no, they weren't
I actually
champion.
don't think they will, but I don't know. That's my opinion.
Alrighty, fellas, that brings us to an end of another cracker episode. I looked it up. It does come. This episode comes out on the 25th. So if you are celebrating Australia, we don't condone any of that. Let us know if you want Kush to come next week. He did promise us that he would be back.
He
so-
owes us an episode.
He does owe us an episode. So if you want, make a fake account on Kush and, really put a fire under his ass.
If you need any of his personal details,
We'll give it to you.
we'll give it to you.
He's actually got the Mr. Zorba Smith as well, so maybe make a fake account of that as well. That'll really open his eyes.
Yeah, that'll get him. Write your own movie reviews.
Yeah, true.
Otherwise, Manu, where can people find us?
Find us wherever you'd like, where the heart desires, and your heart better desire. YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, TikTok. Critical Banter, some bangers there if you want to see out the visuals, they're up there. If you want to see us get attacked by every single ethnicity under the sun, because we flamed their cuisine, our bracket, it lives there as well, at Critical Banter or Critical Banter Shorts on YouTube. I'll shout that out. I don't know if that's still running, but you can see
So
that.
Critical Banter Gaming make a comeback this week. Or maybe they were just old videos that came back on my...
I feel like out of all people on earth, we should know if it's made a comeback or not.
Look, maybe someone's hacked us and they're starting to post our stuff up there.
Anyways, check us out all of there. And with that, we will see you guys next week.